one day at a time. We got some a few things going on in the community that we want to talk about, and you know, sometimes one of the challenges is we got too many things going on. That's if there's such a thing as too many things going on. But they had a hearing about Great town meeting about Great Pan, and of course, our town Frederickstead had their annual meeting.
Last night,
Yeah, but you know what? Both of them was the same night. Okay, and my thing is that Synchro is one whole place. So I know our town Frederickstead wouldn't be saying come to us and ignore Great Pan, and I know the people from Great Pan wouldn't be saying come to us and ignore our town Frederickstead, because it's all one island, it's all interconnected. The same people that live here, the same people that visit here, you know, from east to west, all over the place. So it's something that somehow or the other we're hoping that we could have a little bit better coordination of these kind of things, so that people don't have to choose along those lines. Now, if you're choosing whether you're going to the quadrille or to a dance up the road, you know, another dance up the road, that's a different story. You know, that's more like choices. But things that have to do with making fundamental decisions and fundamental awareness about what's going on in your community are things that I think people should have to choose between. Okay, so much for me, in my opinion. Right?
Well, I'll say one step forward, communication.
Yeah, well, you know,
Communication.
I have a challenge. I have several challenges. The first challenge, the biggest challenge, is that I'm only one person and there's so much challenges. I, like everybody else out there, I didn't know anybody else that's more than one person. So I can only talk from my experience.
Well, that is three.
You is three?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I met my first person who is more than one person. But you know, as I said, Lord, how you judge? I got all of these things to be involved in, and physically it's just almost impossible to get involved in all of them. Now, in the process, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Army of one, Sonny Barnes.
Sonny Barnes, morning, Sonny.
Morning, Sonny. Okay. But you know, the sun don't come up in Frederickstead, but it's sure enough they'll be there every afternoon. Okay? Whether they got clouds or not, you could come to the sun. The same way you could come to the sun. Army of one. And he is having a challenge. Okay? And if you in the community are, how should I say, an advocate and an activist for persons with disabilities, I would ask you to get in touch with either Jared or myself, because trying to expand the army. Too many armies are one around the place, and we need to combine our forces, our energies, whatever the case may be, because things aren't going to get better until we do that. There's another thing that has to happen. We have to have whistleblower type activism, because at this point, until the federal government walk in here unannounced to inspect certain things, it ain't going to change.
I agree.
We cannot count on letters. I mean, the letters are important, but when you have us receiving money to have a bus with a ramp that's walking, and for over a year, the bus did it, well, maybe longer than that, you know, the bus did it and the ramp ain't walking. It's longer than a year, Jerry?
It's been a while.
You know, because I mean, that means
I
that.
lose count. You know, and the thing is, we have a bus on the road right now, bus number 41, A paratransit bus. For those of you who don't know what's a paratransit bus, is the bus that picks up the disabled people that needs a lift to get into the bus. Okay? This lift is not working. And it's a brand new bus, brand spanking new bus. Okay? The bus had some transmission problem. They took it back to the Armstrong Ford. They got the bus back. And guess what? The lift stopped working. It worked for maybe once or twice and then it stopped working. And ever since then, they haven't took it back into Ford to replace it. It was under warranty at the time. Probably it's not under warranty right now anymore because they've been using the bus that way.
All right. Okay, so I want to say to all of you who recently discovered the internet and Facebook and all of this other stuff, you know, I'm talking about retirees who, as some people would say, ain't got nothing else better to do, and all of a sudden you discover Facebook. Okay, yeah, I'm making that. Okay, don't get personal. Okay, I'm making that. But seriously though, you discover Facebook, then you probably have discovered Google too. Okay, and ability to search. Okay, so I want you to look up whistleblower complaints to Department of Transportation. Okay, how to make a whistleblower complaint to the Department of Transportation, because at this point, the only how these things gonna get fixed is if the federal government show up here unannounced to inspect the records and see for themselves. Now, you can't understand, these people people got a job. They're busy. You think that they're up there and they don't care. If you don't say something, if you don't ask for help, if you don't knock, you can't get answer. If you don't answer, you can't receive. Okay, so I'm saying this because I am enlisting your help. Because the more people make the same complaint, the more people ask for the same relief, the more chances there are that somebody gonna show up here to find out. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One last thing before I forget. On the main road, the fixed road buses that's presently running the main road right now, those are not the buses that were sent down for the main road. Those buses were sent to run the back roads, like the terminal to Kmart via Calcahoon Way, the terminal to Tide Village via Princess Way. Okay? These buses, the buses that they have on the main road right now, does not kneel. The door to open is in the back. Okay? To go up in there, so you have to step up, like really step up to get into the bus. So the seniors now have a hard time getting up in there. That's a disrespect these people have for our seniors. The buses that they have there, they have three of them sit down in public works right now. I don't know why they don't repair them, because they barely run on the road. These buses, when a senior is coming in with a cane, a walker, whatever it is, this bus is supposed to kneel to allow them easy access to get up in the bus. The buses they have right now that's running on the road cannot do that. Okay? And this has been happening for over a year. I don't understand what they're doing. I can't understand what they're doing.
Well, you don't know. And I don't know.
And then when you try to call certain people, they don't even take your call, you leave a message, they don't call you back, and it's ridiculous. It's really and truly ridiculous. But it's detrimental to persons who's trying to use this bus, especially the seniors.
Okay. When is the next Constituent meeting for right. Who knows? What's your young lady name? You have a phone number?
Heather Proctor.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I heard there was a incident over there with the building. That she may have been a little injured. So I don't know what's going on, but I heard that they had an incident like what happened on motor vehicles with rotten floors.
Okay. All right. Another one of them man said thing. Okay, because
No,
school children said somebody said.
And I,
but
and I got a good report because I tell one of the drivers that I need to go in there. They said, no, we don't want you in there because you might go to the floor too. I said, oh, okay.
I say I know motor vehicles have a lot of issues that they're dealing with. But
Yeah.
are we talking about these new
Those trailers, yes.
these new things that came down here to help us through
Yeah.
the hurricane or whatever? And they have that.
Yeah.
floor?
Yeah, it looked like they were rotten before they reached you.
Let me tell you something, right? It's so funny that you said that because I was having a conversation with someone within the last 2 weeks. Because we were talking about the stuff that FEMA does and the stuff that comes here and so forth and so on. And the fact of the matter is there are a lot of things that started out and never finished. And the Virgin Islands takes a lot of licking for those things, but the people in Virgin Islands have to understand you have other players at work. Just like when they had planned to burn all of the stuff that they end up getting the shredders to shred instead of burning, they already have, from what I understand, they already had the vendors and everything lined up to come down here and burn the stuff. And you have to understand that FEMA is like a circus, and you know, you got certain people that follow the circus from town to town.
Yeah.
Well, you got vendors who don't follow FEMA from catastrophe to catastrophe.
Yeah, follow the money.
They're following the money. They're looking for a contract. They're looking for this. You know what this reminds me of? Those trailers that they gave out that were full of formaldehyde, making people sick, and using them to house people after disasters. And I'm saying that all these people care about is that they get their money. 99% of the time, there is no investigation, nobody held accountable, no. So I understand. So for those of you who talk about FEMA like FEMA is God or something, or God appointed, just understand that that's not how it works. Please don't disabuse yourself of that kind of thinking, okay? Because if that's the case, you know, the only thing saving this government is the liability limit. They have a $25,000 that they work on people. Okay. So anyhow, if that's the case, but you have a number.
Yeah.
Okay. You give me a number. I need to talk with this person. And from a, how should I put it? From a proactive perspective. Okay. No, I'm just saying. Dotting I's and crossing T's. I will make sure that we communicate. But folks, you know, when I go up to Massachusetts, let's say, and it used to have a mall that was within what I call walking distance. The mall is no longer there. The mall has been torn down and replaced with Amazon Fulfillment Center. And the mall really was more of a community thing, and in the context of Amazon and everything else, when I really was suffering, really didn't have tenants the way to really make it profitable in that sense. So that's how it turned out. But it was within walking distance. And along the way, in this walking distance, there was a 4-lane highway that comes across a bridge, if you want to call it a bridge. But that bridge had a steel wall and a sidewalk on the other side. Okay, so I mean, for all practical purposes, it would take a tractor trailer and a whole bunch of momentum that I don't think was possible possible there, but to go through that thing,
Mhm.
okay, and still it is a good possibility that the pedestrian on the other side will survive. And so on the way to this place, you cross the bridge, and as you cross the bridge, then you had a stairs going down from there to the area where the parking lot for the mall was.
Mhm.
Now, I say that we have at least 3 bridges that are currently closed, and they plan to reconstruct these bridges, maybe have federal money already for fixing them, whatever the case may be. I have not seen a plan about what these things look like. This is one of the issues that for donkey years I have an issue with our government. They are always building things, but they don't, except for the thing like the hospital or whatever, where they want to show some fancy thing to say, watch the new thing you're getting, right? The hospital that is now the old hospital that they say what they want to do was one of them things. The new thing they show the picture, this is what you're getting, right?
Mhm.
Okay? So, but you never see what you're getting till you get it. And the reality is that before car, it was Hassan car. And even when they had Hassan car and car had started to come, people used to walk the road.
Mhm.
And people are still walking the road. So when we put in bridges, and those bridges don't have an integral sidewalk so that people could cross the bridge without fear of being run down or squashed between the rail and the car, okay? And so I want to know what the plan is. And the same thing with Lagoon up here, they're walking on Lagoon, what it gonna look like? So you're always getting something new, and it's kind of like you reach in the bag and cover your eye, even though you can't see in the bag, you cover your eye and put your hand in the bag.
Yeah.
And pull out something, and you get what you get.
Well, we as persons with disabilities, we like to say nothing about us without us.
Hello. Let me tell you something, right? I hear you.
We like to say that. I mean, that's the way it should be. Come to us before you do what you got to do, is what we're trying to say.
Gerard.
But apparently, that's not the case in the Virgin Islands. Here it is, take it, shut your mouth.
Gerard. Okay. I wish, hope, and pray
Mm-hmm.
that your motto could apply with some consistency. Okay? And I will tell you what. Come up with models. They model something and then they scale it up. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we could get that nothing about us without us model walking, then there's a real possibility that we could scale it up.
And people need to come together and demand it.
Brother,
It's the people.
I hear you.
There's power.
I hear you and I'm with you. It just
There's power in numbers. When the government see that the people are serious, they will do what they got to do. But if the people just sit down and scratch their chin and pick their nose and do nothing, the government gonna feel it's okay. Take for instance, we had a former president that wanted to gut the ADA law. And when the disabled people got wind of that, they stormed the Capitol and the White House.
well, I don't understand why half of Florida ain't gone to DC about the plan to gut Social Security. I don't understand that one at all. I mean, when you have the Million Senior March, and Washington D.C. so they understand who they're talking to.
Yeah, but you see
See?
what happened is they under the impression that they don't believe that's what they want to do.
You think
Because
so?
when the orange criminal was running for office, he said he was going to run as a Republican because Republicans are stupid. They believe anything you tell them. This is not my words, this is his words. That was a quote. Okay? That was a quote. Open quotation, close quotation. That is what he said.
Yeah.
Okay?
When people tell you who they are, believe them.
So,
Somehow there's.
and he had not proven it wrong. He have not been proven wrong. With all the stuff they have done over the last few years. Okay? And they still hot behind a he like he's the hottest thing since sliced bread. All the elections he's lost. He lost the special elections, the midterm elections, and all these
tomorrow is you. That's
Mhm.
just the way it works.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I had to do something here with my video here for this thing real quick. So anyhow, you have him back, folks. He's back.
Who?
You. But anyhow,
Who you got my camera on?
because you're photogenic. Okay.
I didn't tell you this, so the FBI looking for me.
Yeah. So anyhow, I wanted to be clear. If anybody want to call Black Panther anti-Semitic, because that's the way they just try to shut you up. That somehow or the other, if you look at sense for sense and acknowledge it that you're anti-Semitic, well, you could try that one, but it ain't gonna work with them. Okay? Because I don't care what it is, Indian, African, Jew, Gentile, killing is killing. Indiscriminate killing is indiscriminate killing. Okay? And, you know, it is what it is in that sense. It ain't got nothing to do with those things. So you could try that one with somebody else, but don't try it with me. Because all of us have one color blood last I checked. And last I checked, the human genome is basically the same. It ain't like it really have different humans. It's all.
So I mean, it's not like Star Trek.
No. It might have other worlds that have other creatures, but on this earth, okay, our blood run red. Me see no blue blood yet, or green blood.
Well, some
Okay.
people think that they, you know.
Yeah. Anyhow, now, Jared, you mentioned something a minute ago, and I'll touch on it real quick, which is about what happened so many years ago with the formation of Israel and all this stuff,
Yeah.
right? That's a story in and of itself.
Yeah.
But I am not going to be distracted
By that.
from no, not so much by that. By, you see, because what happens is who more right than who,
Exactly.
and who more right than who, back and forth, and Hamas don't have no blessing from me to be killing nobody,
No.
and the Israel don't have no blessing from me to be killing nobody. Alright?
Okay,
Because some people will get in there and say it's justified. What do you expect? And this time, I understand humanity. I understand that part.
Yeah, but it has to go back to how we grew up. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Okay? And that's where I'm coming from. And I just look at the way you tell people to move from here to move to there. So now you got them all in a little corner, and now you're going to wage war in that corner, and you ain't got no place else to go.
What's right?
Okay? What?
Now if they get with somebody else in the Middle East and get some enough ammunition to go rage war and back on top of them, now they're going to say about how they're wrong.
Yeah, well,
right?
you see, the thing of it is that gets into who more right than who.
Yeah, I know. I know
Okay,
what you're saying.
and that is the direction we definitely don't want to see things head. But at the rate that we're going, I understand the protest vote that happened in Michigan. Because you do not have to be Arab, you don't have to be Palestinian, you don't have to be black, you don't have to be white, you don't have to be pink, green, Jewish, Gentile, Catholic. You don't have to be any of these things to understand certain basic tenets as human beings. The fact of the matter is, if you have 5,000 Hamas troops and you kill 30,000 people, saying that you're going after Hamas troops. If you're using the bombs that indiscriminately kill people, when America provides you with the bombs that can be surgically guided to do this specific destruction, you know, and that's the kind of willfulness that is going on that is putting them in an untenable position. So anyhow, I am hoping that at some point that reason, a different type of reasoning will prevail, because the killing, as I said, it needs to stop.
Yeah.
And to the extent that America is providing leadership in the world, they need to be on that leadership. Because at this point, everybody have a right to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Well, how do you translate defending yourself into killing 30,000 people, half of which is women and children, who you can almost 99.99% of the way prove that they are not combatants or whatever, so forth and so on. Okay, what you see now, there's a certain look in the other way. Let's change locations here. Because America needs to check themselves about what it is they want. Russia bombed hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
They bombed schools. They bombed daycare centers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every step of the way, they are going after non-combatants.
Yes.
And I really want to hear more about, about these things in a critical way. And we're not hearing it. If you notice, we're not hearing it.
You're not going to hear anything because Russia have a stronghold on the Republicans.
They have more in this world than Republicans.
Yeah, but
Okay?
they're the ones involved.
Follow me, right?
They're the ones with the government.
Follow me.
Uh-huh. The Democrats speaking up.
In an official forum,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this official said to the speaker of the particular house that bovine excrement is bovine excrement, but I am sorry, Mr. Speaker, but this is bovine excrement. Okay? Now, I say that.
Mm-hmm.
A lie by any other name is a lie.
Right.
Okay, so we've left the Israel-Gaza issue and come full straight back to the United States. A lie by any other name is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, so-called Republicans, MAGA, whatever you want to call it, are more interested in things that justify them doing what they're doing. For instance, we got a problem with the border. Okay, so you come up with legislation to fix the border. Oh, we don't want that. You just finished for the past 5 years saying we want this, we want this. So now we bring it to you. We want that. Okay? So now they want aid for Ukraine. So now they say, oh, well, before we deal with aid to Ukraine, we got to deal with the border.
Mm-hmm.
Well, doggone it, we just gave you what you want for the border and you rejected it. Right? No, follow me. I understand the because part.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that somebody followed on the job. Because I ain't hearing not one journalist say, Mr. Speaker, that's a lie. You just had this bill to deal with the border and you rejected it. So what you're saying is a lie. And it appears to us in the press that you are just interested in keeping controversy alive as a means toward hopefully helping your political aspirations. Or as you said, the orange guy's political aspirations.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the challenge that I think that we're facing is that right now the same press that a autocratic government would decimate, eliminate, the same press that they would eliminate is somehow cowed and timid and otherwise not speaking up. Okay? Now, you know who I miss from St. Croix?
West.
West the best, okay? West the best. West the best. And I say that because here in the Virginians, when it comes to press, the only press we get is the better press. The one that want to show people their body before the family and parents and siblings even know that they have somebody in the family that they're killed. That's the press that we have here, the meta press. Okay? So, I mean, I just call it like it is because I am criticizing the press in the U.S. mainland. I don't want to make it seem like, okay, we holier than thou down because we got our issues down here.
You say it was so
Okay.
bad. It was so bad that after 180 years, when our newspaper had to shut down,
Mm-hmm. Well,
and there was a lot more inside the person. Besides
yeah.
inside the motor.
I don't want to go down that road. It's not a whole lot more inside the test, okay?
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is we used to have a phone system called BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Okay. You know why BlackBerry don't have a phone system anymore?
No, boy.
Basically, one of the challenges is not to get so comfortable in the now that you don't see the future. Okay? So for a while there, big malls was the big thing. What happened to big malls now? They shut it down left and right because now you have Amazon. Where you gotta go to the mall for, I can get through Amazon for much cheaper than going to the mall.
True.
Okay, the only thing, the one thing that the malls provided was a social environment. That's the one thing about malls that I like, is a social environment. But they got greedy too anyhow, okay, when you see how the rents went and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
It was all about M-O-N-E-Y, unfortunately.
You see, we have big one. You live on down there in Pedro said.
Yeah, M-O-N-E-Y. Anyhow, M-O-N-E-Y. So, I mean, when you could make more money with something being closed and you make it opening it, why open it, right? Okay. So, BlackBerry didn't see the future of what became an iPhone. Okay? And when they saw it, they refused to invest in that.
Mm-hmm.
What you have Microsoft Word today. There's basically no other major word processor on that level. But once upon a time, you had WordPerfect, you had WordStar, and others who were in there, you know, blow for blow.
Right. But
Okay.
Microsoft need to step up to the plate because.
No, they already stepped up.
No.
But let me finish my point because
Yes.
I'm showing you
I'm just adding to the point, which is it's not accessible to the blind.
yes.
That was my point.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
I know, but you derailed me now.
No,
I'm trying to
wait,
make a point.
wait.
The point is that Microsoft survived, okay? Accessible or not, it survived.
Mm-hmm.
Where is WordStar and WordPerfect? Okay, that's where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Where and why?
Vacation.
Because the same reason we don't have phone book no place down the place no more.
Yeah.
You have to know how to change with the times. And so now, with newspapers, I use it in newspapers, the challenge is how do you straddle the online world and the paper world? That is a challenge. So, when all is said and done, whatever else you have in that pestle, to me, is not as important as the analysis to see how well you straddle the online world and the paper world. Because that's a challenge I've been facing. If you've been following the news, it's not just here. It's not just here. You got to be able to live in them two worlds. Okay, you ready to go? All right, folks, we're going to take a break here for the community station format, all the supporters. All right, we're back in a moment. Yeah. I see the accessibility thing. I want to talk about that separately because that's a feature that the more successful ones you will find have managed to also straddle that. But basically, okay, what's going on here is that these folks.
Good day, Virgin Islanders. This is yours truly, Michael Springer. Asking you to join me each and every Saturday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Don't just think about it. Ask them a sincere question for answers by them. It's Keeping It Honest with Michael Springer.
And Emanuela, less feel, more solutions. Prepare yourself for good trouble conversation with people who do the work.
Join us on Saturday.
Are you an executive who wants a master's degree in 1 year? Then consider the University of the Virgin
source
Islands
comes along.
Executive Master of Business Administration. This
And the source rough it up.
will sharp
Look what the
your
source
leadership
doing
and
now.
managerial
The source
skills,
doing their
strengthen
news.
your analytical skills,
Where?
allow you to graduate in 1 year
On
on
Facebook
a weekend
and
schedule,
YouTube and whatever
use
else.
top-class professors. The
Follow
first
it?
cohort began on August 4th, 2023. The second
Are we
cohort
talking about the
begins
Human
on
Service
January
Building
12th,
down in
2024,
West?
and
They've been
October
closed for like 3 days now because they said a bad smell.
Be
No, we
sure
haven't talked
Oh,
about
you
that.
haven't talked
No, I
about
haven't-
that?
I haven't heard
Oh.
about
this
that.
distinctive
Oh, yeah,
one-year
the food
program,
stamp and Medicaid
specifically
office
designed
in Mars
to
Hill
enhance the
has been
management
closed down
skills of
since
busy
Monday due to a
executives.
bad
For more
odor.
information, email
Everyone has been sick inside there. All my caseworkers been sick. 2 of my caseworkers
or call
have been sick. My Medicaid and my food stamp.
340-693-1441 or
And the place is still closed down.
340-474-4311.
The whatever is the, if that's the MAP, I call it the
Yeah,
food
that's
stamp
in Mars Hill.
office. Yeah, the Mars Hill office.
So I haven't heard anything.
It's there on Facebook. That's where clearly everyone goes because no one reads about
The problem with Facebook is that Facebook is 1,000 different points. And
Yeah.
you can't go to 1,000 points to find out what's going
Right,
on.
and if you don't see it posted by someone else, you're not going to see it.
Right. The Avis was one place
was
you could go and
amazing.
see something.
Yeah.
And then this is what I'm saying. The Avis could not see how the internet was something they had to do to survive. And I know that personally. When you say to me, Doug, you gotta show me how we're gonna make money. The source doing it. And there's no reason why the Avis couldn't have their
And
own.
they
It's like the
They
papers
didn't
is
use-
such a necessity. It's such a loss.
Yeah, but Daily News doing it.
They're still doing it, but
Yeah.
No,
what
but
I'm
what I'm
saying,
saying is they're moving toward
Towards
the
the
electronic side also.
yeah, no, they're on there already.
I know, Jared. I'm trying to say the Avis totally refuse.
Oh well.
They shoot themselves in the first foot and they say, oh God, it hurt. Let me shoot the next one and see if I can feel better.
let me match my page.
They like the page.
That's terrible.
Yeah, folks. We went from the issue of activism with Vitran. We kind of got off there into indiscriminate killing in terms of war and things that just don't make no sense, regardless of if you want to take a side. I ain't in the sides thing. I did more the right and wrong. Two rights don't verify a wrong, and 2 wrongs don't verify a right. It just don't work. It just don't work. So anyhow,
You know what
like
I
I
say?
said, and then we move into the function of the media, and we started looking at the media here in the Virgin Islands, and how media have seemed to have more to do with what people are calling news than what's really going on and important. One of the challenges that we have to overcome with social media folks, the average person don't have time to go looking at 1,000 different places to find out when the St. Croix Avis was one place you could go and you could find out certain things, and it was like a common denominator. We don't have a common denominator no more. What we have is 1,000 or 2,000 different points of information, and the average person might be able to find about 5. Find time for 5. The average person, let's say. Okay? So that is the challenge that we have to face. Now, human services in Fredericksburg. What's going on with the human services building in Fredericksburg? I'm hearing something about a bad odor and people being sick. And what's going on with the human services building in Fredericksburg? Okay, so it's there on Facebook. But again, you have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 points of information on Facebook. And if you ain't there in one circle, you're not going to see it. So, folks, what's going on? Now, we're going to talk about the community calendar in a minute. Okay. And I say that, folks, we have things that are going on St. Croix on the same day. Okay? On the same day that is basically putting us in a situation where we want to know about 2 things, but we can only attend 1. And it's not streamed and recorded, so you can go back and look at it and have some idea what took place. We're really giving people an opportunity not to hide. When you do that, it's bad enough if Public Works or this government agency call a town hall meeting, okay? And the town hall meeting starts at 6 o'clock. The time that everybody just basically get home to fix dinner for their family and everything else. And the town hall is not streamed, so you can't be feeding the children and walking with homework and taking a peek at the TV or the computer or whatever to see what's being streamed so you could follow what they're discussing. And you can't come back next week when you got free time to look at it and follow up because it's being done in a way that's guaranteed minimal participation. Minimal participation. And then they want to turn around and blame the people who are interested in this and that and ain't showing enough concern about the Well, the fact of the matter is, everybody out there have a life. Okay? Whether it is Gerard being a walkabout, you know what I'm saying? He can walk about. He can't be going to all these town hall meetings. He got to have his time, his walkabout time. You know?
I wish I could go to them town hall meetings because
I hear you.
You pull up a good point. At the times that they have these town hall meetings, guess what, people? The paratransit bus do not run. When you depend on these buses, you have to not depend on them after 5 o'clock because that is it for them.
Right.
This should not be.
The paratransit bus is one issue, but the bigger issue I'm saying is that these things are community concern aren't being done in a way that the community is guaranteed access.
Exactly.
Okay? Whether it's a paratransit bus or streaming.
And one community that's not guaranteed access is the disabled community.
Any, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That's what it comes down to. And it's about social justice, if you want to call it that. But the thing here that I am pointing to is that people have to understand what that justice is and desire it and pursue it. Now, I gotta look for Coach Floyd because I hear he's sitting in a corner depressed because after all the protesting and things going on and nobody showing up, the man in the depression, I want to make sure we got sending a finance to some mental place or something, you know?
Coach Floyd is up in the bleachers drinking his water, watching the game.
You think so?
Yeah. Coach Floyd is tired. He watching all going on because he done decide, you know what, I finished running the court. I can just watch a game and enjoy myself.
Okay, Coach Foy, I hope all is well with you. Gerard telling me that it's all right with you, okay? And they're up in the stand drinking water and relaxing. I hope that's all it is, okay? All right? Anyhow, we have a call here. Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
I would like to add to that by transportation. I wonder what our leaders, our 15th legislature, can do about it? Do they drive on Bytrack to see the problems that the community goes through, or they just black out? By having our mass transit running, they'll keep those people's health cars to minimum of getting less sales, and people will be taking the Bytrack.
Yeah.
And that's the conspiracy that is going on for years, and they don't want to improve the mass transit so that people who could pay the taxes by buying cars and those who sell their cars can make a big income. So I would like to know if anyone that takes Bytrack or anyone that waits at the bus for public transportation, please call in tonight and let our leaders know, our 15 legislature, because our legislature is made up of one political party. And if you want anything to be done in this island, that one party could do it. The Democratic Party, and there's no shit about it. They have the power. The people give us the power, so let us use the power now.
Yeah.
Have a good morning now.
Okay, good thing.
All right, thank you.
Well, you know, the reality is that when our people get fed up, they could move.
Sure.
Okay? And I've seen them move. Whether at the governor's level or the legislature level, the thing is, are they fed up? Do they like it so? Are they out of touch? Those are the questions that need to be addressed in the process.
Right.
Because it ain't happening for a reason. People ain't fed up enough. They get fed up to the point of being despondent. I don't know. I don't know. You know, that's why I'm concerned. You telling me that Coach Floyd up in the bleachers drinking water, okay, and he alright.
Well,
okay.
I don't know him to drink liquor, so I know.
Well, I never say you.
Got me water drinking, you know. But you know.
We got an incoming call here.
And,
you know.
and the last
We got
caller.
another call.
Last caller point.
Okay. Got some of them.
Yeah, okay. But to the last caller point, the two can coincide. You could have good mass transit and still be able to buy a car. Because when the mass transit was working properly, I had my car and I used to park it up and ride the bus. Because going into the different towns, when I got to do business, it was easier for me to just jump on a bus, go in town, do what I got to do, and then jump on the bus and go back to the location where my car was.
Right. I hear you, Jared. The reality is, though, there's a bias. There's a bias against people that walk or take public transportation. There's a bias against it. And you got to root out that bias. Okay? Lack of sidewalk, point pole in the middle of the sidewalk, so people in wheelchair can't use the sidewalk. You know, there's a bias. Okay? I mean, I can't say that they're stupid. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
you will put a pole in the middle of a sidewalk. Anyhow, we got to call about it.
And they got blind people walking the sidewalk. Good morning,
WSTX.
Good morning. I would like to agree with the last caller speaking about Bytrack, and it's very important. And our leaders should get themselves together, have the legislation passed, help to talk to people in the three islands. Not only one island, three islands. There's a lot of money thrown to the rock, so let us do someone that time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carla.
Well, you know, I'm thinking about it, and the fact of the matter is, every year, especially every election year, these folks just have this program for persons with disabilities.
Voices that don't count?
You wrong, you know.
that's just my opinion. And folks, that's just my opinion. My opinion, Gerard T. Everyone's opinion.
Explain what we're talking about. They don't know what we're talking about.
What we're talking about is there's a program that happens just before the election at the UBI Great Hall called Voices That Count. And this program is for the candidates, incumbent and non-incumbent candidates, to come by and answer questions from the disabled community. And I have been at this forum for the last few times, and this is why I say the voices that don't count, because when you ask them questions, they say what they have to say, and they act as though, it's like, when we get in, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I even asked a question about employment for persons with disabilities. Now, I'm not going to call the name or the gubernatorial candidate out there that answered the question, but I asked them, I said, when you get in office, what are you going to do for persons like myself with a disability to assist us in getting employment? The man watched me, I guess, with a straight face and said, well, we're going to put you to answer phone and file papers and stuff like that. So I said to the individual, I said, excuse me, sir. I said, can you see this thing I have in my hand? You get quiet. I said, this is called a white kid. I said, you're going to put somebody in my position to file papers? I told him, I said, you need to get to know your community before you come in trying to say you're going to represent us. Obviously, you don't understand. A disability is not just someone in a wheelchair or someone using a walker. There's various disabilities. So I am a visually impaired individual. How are you going to put me to file papers?
Okay, all right. And the point is that where I was going with that. Okay. Everything you said has validity in that sense, because you have those who doesn't even say, I have a friend with a disability,
yes,
as a response to a question. Anyhow, I'm just saying, you have voices that don't come. Okay? So we need to have a day transportation that don't transport.
Oh, yes. I like that one there.
Okay. And to the other person who sent me this message, okay, I gonna say I thought you was my friend. Because I do not need to be running for nothing to be talking about what I'm talking about here. Okay, so please don't encourage me along them lines. It's bad enough I have to be concerned about my good friend Coach Foy. Oh Lordy, I tell you, folks, you don't have the, you have to understand and buy into / claim the fact that these people work for you. Okay? The pyramid cannot exist without a base. And you are the base. I don't see no pyramid on this earth with the top of the pyramid there and the ground and the rest of the base there up in the air.
Well, hold on there, Dougie.
Okay? Alright.
I just get some information.
Talk to me.
They say that the staff is working from home. From
Which staff?
Mars Hill staff, because there's a strong smell of sewage in the building.
Okay.
But they haven't said anything to the public.
Okay, so it's not a government building, right?
No.
Okay, so what's being done to fix the building, and what's the landlord's responsibility?
The landlord's supposed to go down and fix it. Figure out what the problem is and repair it.
All right. Anyhow, we need a transportation that don't transport day. Okay? But you laughing? I'm serious. I'm serious. As a teenager, young person getting into teenager, they look forward to the day when they get to hold the keys, so they go climbing and this, that, so forth and so on, right? Okay. We have historically, there's this thing about getting a car. we have a bias in this community against public transport. I lived in Washington, D.C., and I used to drive in Washington, D.C. I could drive with the best of them in Washington, D.C. When I go to Washington, D.C. now, I am so thankful that they have the metro. I could get on the metro and go anywhere almost 24 hours a day even. You know, that when we out 24 hours a day, I'm just saying that somehow or the other we are resisting. That's why I want to see these bridges. I was talking about these bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Are these bridges going to have a lane for people to walk? When you come up here in Christiansted, okay, and you go to the Seventh-day Adventist school, okay, what's the name of oh Lordy, the name of the gut that comes down there, okay? It's escaping me right now, but folks, you know what I'm talking about if you're going to the Seventh-day Adventist school.
Yeah.
There's a bridge there.
Bridge there, yeah.
Does that bridge provide for people to walk across it?
No.
Are there children living in that area?
Yes.
Are there children attending school in that area?
Yes.
Are they 100% transported by a vehicle of some type to go to that school?
I don't know.
Answer is no. The answer is no.
Okay, no.
So I'm just saying, so what are we doing to ourselves if we don't plan the replacement of that bridge with one that can withstand when that gut really start to flow again? Okay?
Spring up.
Spring up.
Yes.
Okay? And as well as allow people to traverse from one side to the other side without having to navigate between what vehicle is coming from what direction at any given point in time. That is where we are. So folks, if you want to listen to somebody talk about who running around with who and who doing what with who and all this other stuff, if that's what you want to be concerned about, that is fine. But I am focusing more on the future. What is it that we're creating and otherwise leaving to our children, our future? Okay? I would hope that we would want them to not be getting that done just trying to go to school. Okay? It's serious business.
Yeah.
Serious business. Okay?
So,
Anyhow.
flipping the page.
Flipping the page, I gotta deal with the community calendar at some
Yeah.
point.
I don't want to let the people know that's listening out there about the I Can Connect program. You know, the I Can Connect program is run by BIUSEN. It's a program that enables persons who have significant hearing and vision loss to obtain a mobile device like a cell phone or tablet for free. But you have to have significant hearing and vision loss. You contact BIUSEN at 340-692-4267. Also, you could be an elder, you could be a young person, because there's young and old who have this problem. So you can contact us and we will get you set up with a mobile device so you can communicate with your family. That's the key thing, communication with your family when you have this specific disability.
Good morning, caller. You're on the ear.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to know, by having maybe our election system change and having our elected officials be elected on district level, would that help us with our mass transit ticket? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay.
Well, I could answer it like this. I think we need to revert back to putting it how it was in the beginning under a bus company like Peter Pan. Because when it was under Peter Pan, we had wonderful service. I mean, it would take me a long time to get into the type of service we had under Peter Pan, but I can tell you it was more efficient for persons with disability and persons without disabilities, because we had 4 buses on the main road. A bus used to pass every half hour. On the outskirts, you had 2 buses. On the outskirts, a bus would pass every hour. And you could have made the connection at the terminal. I'm just talking about St. Croix. I don't know how it ran in St. Thomas. When the buses are in Christiansted and Frederiksted, there are 2 buses at the terminal. When they leave either town, they leave the terminal at the same time, and they cross each other on the road. And a bus would pass your area every half hour. That was efficient service. And we had horse racing, car racing. There was a bus dedicated to taking people there. When Tempo turned 1. Tempo, yeah. When Tempo turned 1, it was a bus of buses dedicated to take people out to Kramer's Park. When we used to have them jam at the pool in Frederiksted, there were buses dedicated to take people there. And this was done under the bus company Peter Pan, because they knew there were people that needed the service, so they provided it. They had various sizes in paratransit vehicles for persons with disabilities and elders. Okay, not just one bus with this one size fit all mentality. They had the buses who had the ramp. They had the little minivan for persons who didn't need a ramp. You know, they knew what they were doing when they started this business, this transportation service in the Virgin Islands. But when the commissioner fired Peter Pan and put it for the government to run, everything went haywire. Everything went fall on the ground. So I think we need to go back to having a bus company that know what they're doing, run the service. I believe then we will get efficient service. I shut my mouth now.
Well, it takes people to make things happen. It takes people to make things happen. And that's what it comes down to. Otherwise, you know, I don't like to beat the same thing over and over and over, and to come back here next Thursday, let's say, to talk about the same thing again. I want to talk about what's happening since then. So we got Sonny Bonds and the federal transportation investigation needs to take place to deal with, and that's one place to start with. And we have to find out about this bad floor that people fall through and they're hot, and what the deal is. And if anybody knows anything more about this human services building, you know, inquiring minds would like to know. We need a news network, a community news network. You know, on CNN.
In my spare time, I'm gonna become the iNews reporter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We really need to figure out how to make this happen.
I use my iPhone and start walking around interviewing people.
And I say that because the idea has been going around in my head here for that in several different ways. You know, one of the things that's happening is this thing called inflation, greedflation, or whatever the case may be. But I ain't gonna buy Heinz ketchup for $6 when I could buy ketchup for $1. If you understand where I'm coming from. A lot of times it's about brand names, and trying to figure out how do we put together a reporter situation to go about, just like we do for gas. We need to do the same thing for food. Go around and see particular items and what the pricing is and so forth and so on. But anyhow, let's talk about a little bit about what's going on
What's
in
going on, Virgin Islands?
Yeah. Okay. So that announcement that you have, remember what date it is?
Oh yeah, the announcement.
I just need to know what date it is.
It's March 5th.
March 5th. Okay. So that's
But remember, March is Disability Awareness Month.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I understand. Yes, so you're trying to get going with the calendar here
go ahead.
for because we had this huge summit thing here that was kicked off. I saw it being advertised on TV. I don't say it. I really prefer not to say it, but I have to say it. I don't like it so. We have these very important things happening for our youth, and it come out days before it's supposed to happen in St. Croix, but 3 weeks later it happened in St. Thomas and St. John. And I'm saying that this is not the way to move if you really want to really mobilize people and get them involved. If you want to just give lip service to these things, get the word out early. Alright? Again, I mentioned that they had the Great Pond public meeting that was held on this past Wednesday at UVI, and at the same time you had the Our Town Frederickstead folks going on there in Frederickstead also. Two very important things happening on the same day, and you gotta figure out a way how to make it work. One of the ways to make it work is to have somebody recording and streaming so that it will be there available to the public. If you want to know about how you can have your town meeting stream, there's people that you can talk to. Okay? Doug Campton, for one of them, could steer you in a direction to get it done. It ain't just the government alone can stream. Okay? Earl is out there doing a fantastic job, but Earl is only one person. And when something going on one place and Earl is there, who's going to be in the other place? Alright? So let's get smart, folks. Let's get smart and make sure that our significant events are being streamed so the community can be more involved. I see here on Facebook, there's a thing called Let's Talk Fine Arts. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Let's Talk Fine Arts. And this is they're having two people involved. Denise Humphrey from the Director for Ryco Center for the Arts, and Kendall Henry, Special Projects Coordinator for the VI Council on Arts. And this is happening this Friday, March 1st. Now this is going to be on the Division of Music Education and Programs for the Department of Education on their Facebook page, so you can follow that discussion. Okay? Alright, so done with that one. Now I'm going to talk about the upcoming Folk Life Festival, because March 2nd and 3rd we got a big thing going on. But before we do that, I just want to say that I am looking at the I guess what is a press release or something for the folks at the Department of Human Services, but I'm going to tell you what I'm reading here. It says the SNAP/CASH/Medicaid certification unit situated in Mars Hill, Frederickstead remains closed today, Wednesday, February 28th, due to adverse building conditions. While our physical office is temporarily inaccessible, we are committed to ensuring that our community members have access to essential services and resources. Options for returning documents that you have to turn in. Yes, obviously. One, they have drop boxes. Clients may utilize the drop boxes located at the 4102 Mars Hill, Frederickstead location to securely deposit their documents for both SNAP/CASH and Medicaid programs. Secondly, they have email. Documents can be submitted electronically via email to the following addresses. Now, for Snap/Cash, you got CERT Office, CERT Office, OFFICE .stx at dhs.vi.gov. And for Medicaid, they have STX map at dhs.vi.gov. Okay? You know, and then there's mail. Clients may also opt to mail their documents via U.S. Postal Service to the address below, 4102 Bars Hill, Fredericksburg, VI 00840. If it's that important and you can't afford for it to get lost, you know, then go the extra mile and do the what's that special? Not express. What's the other one? Not express mail. Dad.
FedEx?
No, not express mail. What's
Priority?
Priority mail. You know, and have somebody sign for it. Sign for it. If it's that important, okay? And I say that because we don't want.
Oh, certified mail.
Not certified. Not certified. When you send it priority, you gotta have somebody sign for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can require signature. Okay, so I want to thank my trusty Rusty engineer for bringing this information to my attention, so that I could share it with the general community. All right, folks. The fact that I am here on this show and this went out Wednesday. This is going on. We have to figure out how we're gonna keep these things up in people's minds and ears, because clearly we're talking about basic services to the community that make a difference in people's lives. Okay. I want to thank Kendall Henry. He sent me the information about the Folk Life Festival, and I am happy to talk about it. You know, I've been talking about it now for the past several Thursdays, all right? But anyhow, the 10 Sleepless Nights is hosting the 2024 U.S. Virgin Islands Folk Life Festival schedule, okay? And we have on the 2nd and the of March all the way through July 3rd, the various events that are going to be going on. For instance, on the 2nd at the Wind Museum, the 2nd and 3rd at the Wind Museum at 11 a.m. They're going to be having activities going on there. On the 4th to the 8th, they're going to have a cultural school tour, which is important because we got to take it to the youth. It's about history, culture, traditions. Yes, so the Folk Life Festival will be going into the schools on St. Croix from 4 to the 8th. And on the 8th, they have a Culture Bears Recognition Awards Banquet. That is by invitation only. On the 12th, they have a night of Bomba and Bambula, an African dance going on, and that's at Fort Frederick. And the 14th, you got Mokolushan, the evolution of the Moko Jumbi. The 15th, you got a big quadrille dance at St. Gerard's Hall. The 18th through the 22nd, they're going to be in St. Thomas doing the cultural school tours. The 22nd, they're going to have the evolution of Kwelbe, okay, and that's going to be in St. Thomas. And on the 23rd, they have culture in the park. Folks, a whole lot of things happening just in March alone, so we could talk about what's going on in the other months at our next show. But for now, the 2nd and the 3rd, you have down at Wind Museum, Folk Life Festival. The 4th through the 8th, they're going to be going to the schools. All right? Give us time to talk about the other things. So, plan for it. The 2nd and the 3rd, Wind Museum, 11 a.m., folks. That's this weekend. Let's do it. All right. I got a call here. This is line 1 of them. Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning. I was listening to from last week when you guys came on and talking about the transit system. And yes, I do agree that they could do way better than what they're doing now, especially for the disability and the buses. And in other words, that I used to get like water food.
Okay.
What happened is that these buses, the transit buses, are not necessarily as they used to be long ago. And to make matters worse, the government seems to don't like to patch the holes. So when these buses drop in these potholes, or wherever you the time is, because we have them over there too, it shows the lid out. The lid don't work anymore when you go to these potholes. Next thing you know, the lid don't work. And you know, if you is wrong, you can't stop to fix it because the drivers don't know how to fix it. And however, if you're away from the station, the depot, then they have to dispatch a mechanic or a mechanic to help to alleviate that problem. And that's what's sad. It shows the government back. Another kind of thing happens, you know. So what the government needs to do, keep on top of these roads that have these corridors in them and patch them.
Amen.
Somebody could make an excuse about the buses and the timely run. Because when you have 3 buses done, like I was hearing you say, and these buses have lifts and they're supposed to accommodate the people who are disabled and others, because the bus them are lean too. I don't know if you know about that too.
Yeah.
The buses lean.
Yes,
And
I mentioned that.
When you have 3 buses done, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Because you need to get them running, up and running, because that's what they're for. Another thing is that when the government go and buy buses, they go to a state where has flat land. You need to go to a place where have hills, especially for us in St. Thomas.
Yep.
You know, you can't, you know, we don't run at no level here. Our challenges in St. Thomas is even worse than you guys. Can you imagine stopping a bus for a wheelchair and tap these hills?
No, sir.
A wheelchair ever run away with you, brother?
Yep.
Yeah, it run away with me a couple times. And luckily I was picking up to hold it and grab it, and my God. Another thing now is with the ADA, right?
Yeah.
I was hearing you talk about the buses, they need ADA in the road, I agree. But what we do over here is that when we go for somebody, I mean, when we go for and check out the client, right? The ADA bus have to go and see if they could maneuver there in the place.
Mm-hmm.
When you put the lift down and it's not firm on the ground, I don't care what you do. You ain't gonna lift to the lift is funny, you know.
Yeah.
If you put the lift down and it's not even, it's not gonna operate.
No.
I don't know if you follow what I'm saying.
No, yeah, you're right.
So the supervisors have to go with the driver to check these plates to see if they can maneuver right.
Yes.
You know, if they could get access to the disability person, put them on the chair, the scooter, and see if they could, if it's even, see if the lift could go up and down. Because it's funny, these lifts, if you on a slope, these lifts it's not going to come down. So there's a lot of technical things that they have to go through to make it safe for the driver and do the traverse.
Mm-hmm.
These things have to be right because, you know, one foul, one mishap, one you know, is
too
a
much.
lot of trouble for the government.
Yeah.
And they don't want that. They want to keep the money for themselves.
Right.
That's the fact. But they have to fix these holes.
Well, I'll say this, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, once the lift is out of service,
Yeah.
a new bus should replace that bus, and the bus should go back to the yard to repair that lift.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
agree.
should happen. They
I
shouldn't
agree.
try to send out a mechanic in the street to try to fix the lift. That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
They should have a bus to replace the bus that the lift is not functioning
right.
with a functioning lift, and take that bus back to
back to the yard.
the yard to repair that lift.
The fix.
That's what should happen.
That's what should happen. It don't
Yes.
happen though. It
Yeah.
don't happen because if you look around in the government, the first thing they're going to tell you is the what? The short staff. Now you have people making a spokesperson making 95 grand a year, right?
Uh-huh.
But you can't hire bus drivers. You can't hire mechanics. You can't hire people that is intricate for the job to be done.
Exactly.
You know? But you can hire a spokesperson for 95,000 a year. Come on, man.
And this
I
is
mean,
and this is why I said they need to put it back under a bus company who's going to take care of all of that. Like the last time they had their spokesperson, they had their different mechanics, the AC mechanics, the diesel mechanics, the tire men. They had a full running shop to take care of these buses as the breakdown occurs. But now,
why the government took it anyway? Why?
because there was politics at play.
You see, and this what's wrong with everything in this space and politics. And we have to rule politics out. We have to accommodate the people of the Virgin Islands, not the politics,
I agree.
you know.
And that's the campaign that we're on.
Ooh, and we have to change the dynamics. If we don't change, we do.
Well, we need
We
people.
do, man.
We
Well-
need people like you to join the cause.
Well, what we're doing, what we're doing over here, what we're working on doing over here, is getting the Department of Transportation to come down and inspect what's being done. Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing in the right direction.
Right, because the reality is, if you're gonna spend $90,000 on a supervisor and he ain't got nobody to supervise, you know,
Oh my God.
you know, then what's the point? What's the
I know what
point?
you mean. Why you could take that money and hire 2 or 3 drivers?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, we got to do better than what we're doing now. And look, let me ask you something. Do you know if one of them islands, one of them Caribbean islands like Barbados or Dominica or anyone, call anyone, if they had $11 billion to deal with, you know how their place would look?
I have a very good idea how their place would look.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Uh-huh.
And we have that money here, and we can't even see what's going on because every place you look around, every department, the streets, the hospital, I mean, you name it, everything is upside down. Ain't there nothing good to talk about. Nothing.
They're more blind than me.
Ain't there nothing good to talk about.
Well,
I hate to say it, you know. I hate to say it, but the incompetence of this, what we have now is amazing. I mean, we as a people, we need to stand up and get these people out and get some people who are willing to work.
right.
Because the kind of money we are paying them is astronomical. Puerto Rico has over 3 million people, and their governor don't even make as much as our Senate president. Can you imagine that?
I sure enough can.
What? We don't even have 100,000 people here. You know? But the salary of the governor is 150 grand a year. I mean, what are we doing? What we thinking of?
Well, we know what a few people thinking of.
Money.
Okay. Yeah.
Money.
Well, you know, I just want you to know that it's more than talk. We're here, and some people say this is a talk show, or we don't like to just talk. So hopefully in not too distant future we're gonna be telling you what is coming of these things that we're doing, because you know, time for talk is done in that sense.
That's right.
The feds have to come and see firsthand and ask where the money went and get an answer. Okay?
Well, we inviting you to join the to join with us. So you can call you can call back the station of the air and leave your information, and Doug will give you his email where you can get in touch with him.
You do email?
If I have an email?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you an email. Send me an email. Okay?
Okay.
You guys, if you got something to write with.
No, that's the problem.
Okay.
Your friend there. I get stricken with a
Okay. Right. Well, me and Jared too. Okay. he more than me. My disability is running my mouth, so I gotta make sure I don't talk too much.
Well, what you can do is call back the station and leave your information with the person that answered the phone, and we'll get in touch with you to form our coalition to move forward.
Very good.
Right.
I'll do it as soon as I hang up.
Right, because we're gonna be here for a few minutes after our show gonna be ending in the next 5 minutes or so. But we don't run right out the door. We're gonna be here, so we'll get your information. Okay.
Okay, I'll call back.
Okay. All right. Good thing.
Good.
All right. Good thing. Take care. All right.
Have a nice day.
You do the same. All right. Take care.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, folks. So, Jared, you were telling me about this event that you wanted to announce.
This event, well, you know, March, well, I don't know if you know, but March is Disability Awareness Month. And in that month, the Center for Independent Living holds a church service on the 5th of the month at 10 a.m. This year, we're going to have it at the Grace Baptist Church in Mount Pleasant. This is an annual event that happens every year at the beginning of the month in March, the month of March, for Disability Awareness Month. So we're asking the public, anyone who's listening, whether you have a disability or not, to come and worship with us, to come and see and hear the pastors speak and get your blessings for the month of March. Okay?
Get
so
some blessings.
Some blessings.
You got a whole lot more that I think you can give out in that one day.
And I will be there, so you'll get to know who this disgusting man on Reflection show is. You know, I will be there. So I don't know if Doug gonna be there, but I gonna be there definitely.
You know, we don't know you as a celebrity. Don't even try it. You as a celebrity.
That's on March 5th at 10 a.m. in the morning at Grace Baptist Church. Come and worship with us and see how great the service is. The last time we had it at Frederickstead Baptist Church, it was amazing. Okay?
Well, just for the record, folks, okay? It started out that I had a show, and now I walking down the street. Oh, you was a guy who don't be on the radio with Gerard. It's all good. I love it. Okay. Yeah. So, folks, we're trying to impact quality of life here in the Virgin Islands in a positive way. Okay. That's what it's all about. Whether it's the buses, or disability awareness, or the ability to see town halls on TV or see them after the fact to be able to appreciate what took place. Yes, it's about improving quality of life in ways that allow folks to get involved. Now, You know, I'm always talking about random acts of kindness, folks. You gotta do the random acts of kindness. Don't be like Gerard, as influenced by Robert Moorhead. Even now that Robert has gone on, it seems like he made an impression on Gerard. Here, want to do a random act. No, it has to be a random act of kindness. Okay?
Don't random act.
Look, brother, the random act might be kicking somebody, killing somebody. Thank you so much.
I do random acts every day.
Okay.
Every day. And
when the kindness there.
Wait, and you ain't hear me get locked up yet, right? So that mean I've been doing random act of kindness. It's just a random act that people don't expect.
Okay.
So they enjoy my random act.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep my ears to the ground to make sure.
But
if I hear about anything other than kindness involved in these random acts.
But in the great words of my fallen soldier, you gotta do your random act. Okay? Make somebody smile every day.
All right. Good thing. Especially the one them you can't stand. Make them smile too.
You know, Dougie, you know, we used to the whole thing at the end of every month. Last Tuesday every month, a forum. I forgot to mention it last week. Thursday. You know, I was the facilitator and the one this month on iPhone accessibility. Okay? And like I said, I was a celebrity. Yeah, I had a lot of people tune in. I mean, it was on Facebook. They advertised it on Facebook.
Well, let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you this, okay? Since you're going to expose yourself now.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I was going to wait till after the show to I wouldn't say bust your cup.
So, bro beat me?
Or whatever, because, you know, Deborah would be on my case about violence. Bust your cup.
I honestly forgot to mention it when I was here.
You honestly forgot?
Yeah, I honestly forgot.
So the other times it was a dishonest
no
move of the mind?
No. Listen, I have so much things on the brain. And if I don't send it to you right away or talk to you about it right away, I will forget.
I wonder where I was getting this problem from, but you rubbing off on me.
No, you rubbing off on me.
Anyhow,
you see,
folks.
You know, being visually impaired, you have so much things stored on the brain that your mental Rolodex just kind of delete certain things at certain times.
So what are you trying to say? Running your mouth don't take up space in the brain to say that you don't have so much.
No.
Anyhow.
So, you know, and you know, I'm a man that does a lot of things. So, you know, it has happened.
You hear it there, folks. All right. Our one and only celebrity here in WSTX here.
So it was
the mighty Gerard.
It was great.
DJ Visionary.
It was great. People, you know, was online, didn't know certain things that I explained to them over that hour.
You just let me know the next time you guys doing this. So you know, whatever you're doing, you bring in the details and let's talk about it and get it out to the community. Because I saw that after the fact. I said, wait, no. Gerard come till to my show after he hear me complain about finding out about things after the fact, and he do that to me.
No, but to say what happened was, right? What happened too? I didn't see it. I didn't see the flyer.
You didn't see it.
You're right.
Okay.
I didn't see the flyer until
I can't dispute that one.
I didn't see the flyer until like the day after I've been on the show. So I saw the flyer the day after I've been on the show.
I see the last one coming.
And I was like, man, I said, you know something, this thing should have shown up in my timeline, you know.
Right. Anyhow, speaking of timeline, we did have somebody else's timeline now. So before they encourage to call the marshals to have us vacated out of the chair, let's make this more than timely exit, okay? It is exactly 10 o'clock on the dot. And folks, we look forward to being back here next Thursday.
I was told that you need to spank. I was told that you need to spank me for forgetting that. You see how bad they be?
You know? So, anyhow,
But don't try it.
Like I said, next month we'll be back next month to talk about these things and
Yes.
hopefully have some updates on what's happening with regards to getting these feds to come here and do an inspection, because the bottom line is public transportation is good for everyone, those who need to get around as well as those people who have commerce to do, that's benefited. And you know, the more that we can build confidence in public transit, the more it will be utilized, and to the extent that it will be utilized by the people who actually pay for its use.
Yes.
Okay? It will go a long ways. It have more than enough people who gonna use a taxi, a paying taxi. So
But
it's the end of the thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so there's no competition. We need to focus on the multiple approaches to these things, not just one particular thing. Anyhow, with that having been said, I'm gonna call my trusty rusty engineer in here to help ease us out the door in a minute here, because we got to deal with the music going out the door and everything else.
We got to talk about that next month, because a lot of people complain about the taxi and all not being enough.
No, well, we know there's challenges on every level.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that it's not about one or the other.
Right.
It's a complementary thing. They got taxi in New York too, but they have a vibrant public transport system.
Tell me about it.
And you have taxi in Washington D.C. too, and you have a vibrant public service system. Anyhow, folks, it's that time. And Creator willing, we'll be back here next month to continue the conversation. All right? Okay, good thing. With no further ado, see you later.
Find us on the World Wide Web at www.wstxradio.com. WSTX AM and FM stream all conscious reggae and